Kia ora koutou.
Speaker.
Brendan Horan.
I rise on behalf of New Zealand First to support this settlement. Today is a landmark day in history because for the first time here in our lion's den that we call Parliament, settlements reach their third readings in the bright light of day for all to easily comprehend. Today we will hear many of the reasons for the settlement of historical grievance. We will hear of heartbreaking stories, and we will gain a greater understanding of why many Māori have been previously disadvantaged in education and commerce. Some things as simple as not being able to leverage equity off farmland because the Crown insisted to Māori farmers that their land be amalgamated and the consequences that brought. We will learn of the special connection that we have to our streams, our rivers, our lakes and land, and the synergy of life, history and love that binds us. New Zealand First is proud to be here to enjoy this convergence, this memorandum of understanding in what will be an enlightenment for many people and bring us closer together as New Zealanders, one nation moving into tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, before I turn to the contents of this piece of legislation, let me acknowledge the representatives of Ngati Manawa and Ngati Whare. Though they be modest in number, it is obvious that their tenacity, their ambition is prodigious. So these tribes have witnessed some of the most extraordinary chapters of our colonial history. And I need not recite at length the twists of that history. Suffice to say, they experienced both the kinder face of the Crown as well as the scorched earth policies of the Crown. It is important that we note the recitation of these colonial events in this proposed legislation. This reminds us that treaty settlements are about history coming to collect its debts. So we, the Māori members of this House, realise that the full weight of that debt can never be met by current taxpayers. This settlement, along with others today, are an attempt to restore honour to the Crown and to salve the wounds inflicted upon Ngati Manawa and Ngati Whare by constant Crown ill treatment. Goodwill is what must underlie our settlements. Who knows what the future holds for tribes such as Ngati Manawa and Ngati Whare? The leaders and their followers must chart this course. We parliamentarians must do our duty by passing the legislation and undertaking a responsibility to be vigilant in the future to ensure that race relations enjoy a better trajectory. Sir, my Maniapoto cousin, Nanai Mahuta, covered most aspects of Ngati Whare, but I would just like to add to those sentiments, acknowledging on behalf of Ngati Whare all the trustees, both past and present. Also, I'd like to acknowledge historian John Hutton and lawyer Jamie Ferguson. So the term Manawa means heart, such as the famous Māori expression, kia manawa nui, meaning be stout-hearted. Ngati Manawa tell us they derived their name from their tupuna, Manawa Tu, Manawa Oho, Manawa Rere, and Manawa Koto Koto. So much of what we do in the Māori world is as such about heart and spirit as it is about logic. A key feature of this particular settlement, given the location of the tribes and its larger neighbours, shows these people have heart. Now, as we have seen in earlier settlements such as the Māori fisheries, the challenge to take capital assets, the institution, and transform such a legacy into a viable long-term source of wealth and income. We hear so much, Mr. Speaker, as to who will benefit from such efforts. And our party, New Zealand First, believes that the benefits must improve the lives of the many, not a chosen few. We all know that there is a hierarchy within Māoridom, and people are often placed in positions without the full benefit of a lifetime's preparation. And this means advice, fiscal prudence, wisdom and transparency are essential. There is an opportunity for all iwi to deepen the skills base and broaden the networks. In the past, the focus was always on guarding your territory with a large patu. This is our history, but we need to retain such cultural strength and marry it off to a new force that ensures our resources endure and earn income either domestically or globally. Now, to do this, we will need to move beyond the shadows of our own mountains. New Zealand First is solidly behind the development of an export economy. It is important that all iwi in a post-settlement phase have the chance and show the drive to maintain heritage whilst moving beyond the horizon. Now, this isn't new. After all, where did the waka come from? This spirit will be sorely needed as we move the settlements into a new phase. Kia ora.
Moana Maki.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'm very happy to